Hi, Tony DeWitt here, Missouri appellate attorney and a guy who likes to make the law make sense on YouTube. I want to talk briefly today about what you do when you do find yourself facing an indictment. So your friend calls you up and says, hey, I know you left the state of Texas 3 months ago, but you've just been indicted for something that happened before you left. Well, you're in a different state. You've been indicted in another state. How do you handle that? The best thing you can do is hire an attorney in the state where you've been indicted. And what he will do is he will get a copy of the prosecutor's file, all of the evidence that the state has collected that they have against you. He'll get a copy of the indictment, and hopefully he will be able to determine whether or not he believes you can mount a zealous defense to that claim. He'll work with you on the telephone, and yes, he will charge you a fee for that. But in that process, you will also find out that you're going to have to surrender yourself to the authorities in that state and then post bail in order to get out on bail and do what you're doing. Many times if you're in another state, if it's not a particularly serious felony, if you have the opportunity to meet the judge in court and explain your factual situation that you have to work in another state, a lot of times bail can be arranged so that you can leave the state. Otherwise, you may wind up finding yourself a temporary resident in the state where you have been indicted. But this is all something that your lawyer can hopefully work out with the prosecutor well before you ever surrender yourself to that. Now, a lot of times people say, well, why should I go surrender? Why shouldn't I just, hang out here and wait and if they catch me, they catch me? Let me tell you a little secret. They're going to catch you. They know where you live. And even if they don't know where you live, if you drive a car, eventually they're going to catch you. And here's how that almost always happens. You're in a hurry to get to your daughter's piano recital or your son's soccer game. And you just nick that little light. You go past it and it was just a little bit pink and the cop pulls you over. And he's prepared to write you a warning. He takes your driver's license. He goes back to the car. And says, oh, nope, this guy's got a warrant out for arrest from Texas. And they say they will extradite. So he goes over and he has to pull you out of the car, handcuff you, and take you to jail. And now you're going to miss that thing that was really important to you, the thing that you were speeding along to get to. And once you're in that system, you can't just say, hey, look, can we just forget about this for a little bit? I want to go see my kid's game. Not going to happen. Because in that regard, they're going to look at it as you should have taken care of this when you found out about it. Because they will eventually determine that you knew that this indictment had been issued. So the main things that I always recommend to people is take care of it while you can. Do what you need to do to get this thing taken care of. Then and only then can you really be assured that you're going to be able to live out the rest of your life without this hanging over your head. It is a serious thing to be charged for the crime, and you need to take it seriously and you need to deal with it immediately, because here is a key thing. Memories fade. You may not remember 6 months ago what you were doing. And if you doubt that, pick a meal like lunch and tell me what you had for lunch 3 weeks ago on Wednesday. Now, if you have the same thing for lunch every Wednesday, this doesn't work. Move it to a Tuesday or a Monday. One way or another, you are not going to be able to identify that because that memory has not been important to you and it has faded away. And because it's faded away, if that memory has faded, Memories of things like what happened at or about the time that you got into a kerfuffle with somebody else in a foreign state, that kind of thing leaves your memory as well. You may not even remember why you were arguing with a person. So it's really important to take care of these things when they arise and do it with competent legal help so that you don't wind up facing a situation where you're looking at going to prison for 1 or 2 years because you waited too long. And somebody once said that a lie can make it around the world twice before the truth can get its shoes on. And that's pretty much the truth, and it especially happens in criminal cases. It is very rare to see a cross-examination like went on in the Rittenhouse case where somebody finally admits, yeah, I did the bad thing that you thought that I did. So again, it's important to get competent legal help in a situation like that and take care of the matter as quickly and expeditiously as possible. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments down below. Again, if you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you on here next time.